I am absolutely disgusted and ashamed, sadly, of some people from my race and religion. And what I would like to ask the British government, this whole country, England, how the hell is the following person allowed to get away with this? Please watch this.
Equality to all of its members. Is there such a thing in Islam? Is there equality of faith? If we look to one hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on the authority of Abu Huraira, Sahih Muslim. So no Sunni Muslim can really argue against Sahih Muslim or Sahih Bukhari. Rasulullah said.
So what he's basically done is he has primed the audience to not question what he's about to say. This is typical brainwashing indoctrination techniques.
Don't greet the Jews and the Christians before they greet you. And when you meet any of them on the roads, force them to go on a narrow side of it. And Imam Malik, he said the same thing as well. In fact, Umar ibn Khattab, who Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said that if there was to be another Nabi after me, it would be Umar ibn Khattab in his own charter, not charter of the United Nations, in his charter with the people of Sham, with those Christians of Sham, in his charter was Kafir and Muslim, they're not allowed to wear the same clothes as one another. If the Muslim, he comes out on the day of Eid and he sees Kafir with nice clothes, the Kafir has to take his clothes off and give it to the Muslims. The Kafir, when he walks inside the street, he has to wear a red belt around his neck, and he has to have his forehead shaved, and he has to wear two shoes which are different from one another. He's not allowed to walk on the pavement. He has to walk in the middle of the road, and he has to ride on a mule. And that's only for the adults, not for the children. And you can see how Islam would make the child become a Muslim. The Kafir, or the child growing up in a state of kufr, he will turn to Islam. Why? Because the child will be walking along with his dad. He said, Dad, yeah, why you got your forehead shaved? I don't know whether these Muslims, they make me do it. Why you got to walk? Why can't you ride the animal? Like the Muslims, they ride the animal like this. Why are you walking with both legs dangling on the side of the donkey? Why is it every time the Muslim comes to you, he asks you for your clothes, you give it? Why is it every time he tells you to get down from the horse, you have to take it? And not only that, he said the kuffar, they can have their churches.
I'm sorry, Jimmo, this is so disgusting to even listen to, and it's so difficult. And I'm sure the viewers are going to find this difficult, but we need to listen to this because he has spoken this, and it seems to be in the United Kingdom. What's disgusted me is, of course, he's talking about humans as kufr and kafir and all this, and basically he's talking about Christians and Jewish people in particular, because he mentioned that. But also, he's talking about humans as if they're not humans. He's talking about them as if they are subhuman. And he actively seems to be promoting this. What is even more disgusting are the people who are listening to this and snickering and laughing. I mean, what type of people are sitting there listening to this?
But they're not allowed to ring the bell. And if a Muslim, he's walking by, let's say, for example, a Muslim's been on Edgware Road, for example. He's had some nice shisha, some nice steak, no hubble bubble. We don't deal with anything like that. And he's walking along and he's rubbing his belly and he's like, oh man, I don't want to upset my wife tonight. What he can do, he can go to the church, knock on the door. John, let me in. Okay, no problem. John has to put up Abdul Ghafoor for the night. Abdul Ghafoor with.
Can I just say, he just mentioned Edgware Road. So this vision of his is of England. He's not talking about this happening in Muslim countries. He's talking about what his vision seems to be. This is what it seems to me. His vision of what London, Edgware Road would be like, that the Muslim would be well-dressed, well-fed, and yeah, the Christians would be allowed to keep their churches, but they won't be allowed to ring the bell. And a Muslim can just turn up to a Christian's house and want to live there, and the Christian person is going to have to allow that to happen. The interesting thing here is, this is what Palestinians accuse Israelis of doing, of coming to the house whenever they want, in terms of the soldiers, and staying the night. So it's very interesting that something that the Palestinians who are Muslims are complaining about, other Muslims around the world are actively promoting. So it's okay for you guys to do it if you're Muslim. Oh, disgusting.
With his big belly, having his nice kebab, John has to open up the church and he has to go there and sleep there nice and comfortable and say, all right, John, thank you, and then carry on going early in the morning. Which wife is going to live with John under that type of circumstances? What kind of honoring is this for me to live with John, and Abdul Ghafoor comes every Friday night and sleeps in our bed as well? Of course. Because sunnah is to look after the guest, isn't it? I can't make you sleep on my floor if you can't. You're a Muslim, by the way. So what about when Abdul Ghafoor goes to John's?
He's mentioned the word dishonoring himself. So that's what he seems to be promoting, dishonoring of non-Muslims.
House. John, sleep on the floor. and I'll sleep on the bed. What's going to happen? Tracy's going to be on the floor thinking, my husband, he's got a forehead shaved, and this one, look at this one, khatab, mashallah. Which one's more attractive? We're not gay. I'm just saying. A man with
Which one's more attractive? The Muslim in this example is definitely the one who is not attractive at all. I'm not attracted to low IQ people. I'm not attracted to people who dishonor other people. I'm not attracted to people who treat other human beings as subhumans. So leave Tracy and John alone, asshole.
with his forehead shaved and one belt around his neck and two different colored shoes, or Amir Khattab. Amir Khattab, we're talking about here now, with that nice Chechen hat, big beard, you know, a bit to the side. Yeah, and he's got the badge.
I don't like pubic beards.
Just there, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah. Yeah, and he's got a big gun and he's got a big camouflage jacket on, nice boots.
Big gun in Edgware Road.
Gloves as well. Even if he's got a couple of fingers missing, still looks attractive. Yeah. What's Tracy going to do? John's in for a problem. He just...
Here we go. They're after the white women again. Disgusting.
Let him in for a kebab. He lost his own wife as well. So everyone's going to become Muslim. That is, my dear brothers, the Islamic State.
He really believes everyone's going to become Muslim because of that. That is just the most stupidest thing. I thought people would want to become Muslim because they believe that this is the last word of God in terms of the message, and that they believe in the message, that they believe in the messenger, and they believe in Islam, the religion. But it's really strange, but he didn't mention God in this at all. He didn't mention the messenger in this. He didn't mention the message in this. So his vision of converting people has nothing to do with God. There's no God in it. There was no goodness in it. There was no kindness in it. There was no humility in it. Anyways, I'm so ashamed of people like this. And Elon Musk did tweet this. And a lot of people have looked at this on X and have been speaking about this now again, sadly, because these are people from my race and religion who keep spewing hatred. And these people themselves are the cause of Islamophobia. I feel I have to come out and say something because sadly, the majority of Muslims are not going to say anything about this man. The people who usually talk about people like him are, of course, the non-Muslims who are concerned, either the people that he called kuffars, kafirs, or it's going to be the ex-Muslims, those people who lost hope, got fed up, and were pushed out of the religion because they did not want anything to do with crazy people like this. Now, like I've said a million times, I'm holding on to my faith with a very, very thin thread. Because I am on a journey, I am researching about my own religion and other religions as well. I definitely believe in God. But sadly, when I see videos like this, it really puts me off Islam, actually. It doesn't make me want to be a Muslim. It puts me off the religion. The damage that these type of crazy lunatics are doing is unbelievable. I mean, if you really think anyone's going to want to convert to Islam or believe in the message by forcing them, by dishonoring them, is ridiculous. And I did feel very uncomfortable when he was talking about kafir children. I mean, this guy seems to be born and brought up in England. Do you guys want this person around your children? This is what he thinks about your children. It's disgusting. If you're a non-Muslim, this is the psychology of this crazy lunatic. Now, what I want to understand is how the hell is he allowed to get away with this? Why is he still in this country? Can we do anything about potentially deporting him, even if he's born here, if he's got a nationality of another country? Like, can we just get these people out? Now, sadly, the following video, although will be troubling, may be able to highlight the issue more. The problem is deep-rooted, guys. Please watch this.
He will probably be aware that our close allies in the United Arab Emirates, at the start of this year, have prescribed 19 organisations for their links to the IRGC and to Iran. 8 of those organisations are headquartered in the UK. Will he therefore give a commitment to the House not to take action today, but will he review what has been decided by our allies and take action to prevent those organisations operating terrorist activities in the United Kingdom?
Minister. Well, I'm grateful to him for raising what I think is a very important matter. I can say to him that I was in the United Arab Emirates on Friday, so I am very well versed in the points that he has made. I think I have responded on that particular issue in the House previously, giving him assurance that we'll look very closely at it. I'm very happy to discuss it with him further.
So 8 of the terror organizations, their head office is in England. What the hell is going on? This is what I mean. Why are we allowing this to happen? It's like we're allowing this to happen. It's like we are a pushover. It's like we have no self-respect left. Why the hell are we putting up with this shit? Look, if you give Islamic extremism a free reign, people will go crazy with the different versions and will take it to the extreme if you allow people to take it to the extreme. The Arab countries like Saudi Arabia, UAE, keep close checks and tabs on extremists. They don't let it prevail. They don't let it fester. Why are we putting up with this in Europe? Why are we unable to clamp down on this nonsense? There are, of course, good Muslims, i.e. Muslims who are good human beings, who are not extremists, who are contributing. And they probably do love this country as well. But sadly, we are all distracted by the antiques and the activities of the Islamic extremists. And that tarnishes the reputation of all Muslims, sadly. So it is the Islamic extremists that are causing Islamophobia. I think all good apples of all races, all faiths, including Muslims, need to unite in this country, England. And I think together we will be stronger and we can fight these lunatics. Anyways, that's it, guys. Please do not forget to like, comment, and share, and do consider joining as a member if you can. And do let me know your comments in the comments box below. Thank you very much.